Okay, I think I'm set up. How does that sound? Is everything coming in right? Everything's coming in as best as it could. Yo, Joe, what's up? And hey, this is Deuce, aka Kiaraku, and this is going to be this is an update of the soul. This is actually me trying to get something off my chest, I suppose. It's what I used to, it's basically based on what I used to write. So we're gonna call this the video form of R.A.M. I used to do a little writing series known as Random Access Memories, and I honestly, that's kind of the process that kept me motivated and kept me addressing issues that utterly troubled and bothered me. And let's just say I've accumulated a lot of issues that have yet to be processed. I think we can start with the biggest one, but first I do gotta let you guys know what I thought of Comic-Con. And Comic-Con 2016, well, I'm gonna be straight up, this year was actually one of, let's just say, me and some of my friends felt that there was something missing the whole time. Albeit something missing, it was also one of the best cons we went to, if we were to trace it back right. I mean, as far as the environment, the people that came, and the fun that was at least had, it was a really good time. For me, I was sick for most of the weekend, and it's kind of due with what I'm going to talk about later. And I was so extremely sick where it didn't seem like I was able to function. And as far as my work at the con, everyone was doing so well. They were doing so great that everyone's drive to make the con a great experience for everyone. And everyone was working like overtime. I just could only sit there, really. Like, every time it was my shift, and I assisted however I could and answered questions and all that such. But I never did any set thing. Everyone was so enthusiastic and energetic. And it's like, props to the info desk. Y'all really did it. I'm sorry I couldn't be much help. Couldn't kill myself at no, not literally kill myself. Whoa, hold up. But I couldn't go upstairs and play Dance Central enough. But I did manage to get the Got Salt t-shirt. And we constantly asked you got it. We met some new people. Some enjoyable people. I'm not gonna lie, I think it, for a good week or so, ended up an absolute con crush of the people. Sin's gonna kill me for that. I wish I didn't sound like I was tired as crap, but honestly, I am. And also, the reason it took me so long to really update you guys on Comic-Con and the events that ensued there was because I've just been I've been completely out of it. I know that I've mentioned I felt empty. I know I say this a lot. I say it a whole lot. And honestly, I think it's gotten worse. Like, the emptiness that I used to state at least a year ago has definitely grown as the time passed. And I'm not sure how to exactly explain this empty feeling. But at best, it's something that make you feel so invalid, so void to the world. You find yourself incapable and insignificant of doing anything that you so heartfully desire. It leaves you into a place, in a state of mind that overall would lead you into absolute and utter despair. But why do I think I feel this way? Honestly, I'm thinking that I've gotten to this point to where honestly I've done nothing but let everyone down in one regard. Like, hang on. The reason I think I'm so depressed is because honestly, I feel like there's a lot of things that I should have already had done by now. Like, I should have already be done with college, if you think about it in one sense. I should already have fully established what my stream should be. I should have already established who I want to work for and what I want to do. I should have already established a portfolio to present to gaming companies. I should have already established a fluent skill in Japanese and programming languages. I had all these goals and stuff, all these dreams, and it's gotten to 2016 and I've made no progress with anything. And the way I root that back is I root it back to since the last relationship I was in ending. Honestly, there was times within that I still was clearly hurt. I mean, if you guys heard my recent songs, I mean, yeah, there's still some leftover feels. But overall, I've passed them. I've passed a great deal of them because it was worse. It was way worse then. But honestly, I've grown to the point to regarding that said person. It's honestly I guess a big old I'm sorry. It's kind of, I wish I could keep talking to you and not have to constantly think about that one moment, but that's always what happens. And we've actually gone back to talking with one another, and throughout all of the conversations and stuff, it's mentally, a bit spiritually, and kind of physically draining now. It's a struggle, but it's nothing I'm not used to. But I feel like that the more we were talking, the more that I apparently realized I had this, for lack of a better term, more glorified view of our relationship, when in reality there was a lot of contrasts we both shared, and I knew that. And the contrasts, believe me, there was a chasm. Like, our similarities just really didn't make for it's just it was kind of a realization of, oh man, that dream image that I had wasn't all that was cracked up to be. And as I've realized that, it's, let's just say it kind of screws with me a bit. Just a little. This is going to be a long video, guys. So if you bared with me for at least these 11 minutes or 10 minutes, I'm not sure if I'm going to cut the me getting everything set up. If you guys bear with me this long and you're willing to listen to a goddamn one-man podcast, so be it. And my overall depression goes back to thinking about that a lot. And it's gotten me to the point to where I truly don't sleep much. And when I do, it's during the time when it counts. I haven't found myself capable of doing anything, and it's spilled over into my school work, my life work, everything. But that's not necessarily the root of the problem. But if it was, then it created a giant tree that just chained and chained and chained so many leaves and branches and bumps in my road, in the road that I once saw as a clear path. But I find myself being so future focused to where these little things are starting to feel more and more insignificant to me. And honestly, it's not even like, my depression isn't even rooted with, oh, it's you guys. No, that's not the reason for my depression. Because even with that ex sits there and cheers me on and roots for me. I mean, even though I personally won't accept it or believe it, they do that. People around campus, people that I speak to regularly, everyone's encouraging me. Everyone's telling me that I can do it, that I have the capability. And then I just sit there and throughout all that depression and do nothing. And I honestly feel like the only person who's not pushing me is actually me. Honestly, I feel convinced that I'm the only one who's stopping me from doing anything that I love anymore. All of my old passions, except for music, save music. All of my old passions, streaming video games, streaming elsewhere, making videos, making vlogs, and just all around being with everyone, that's all being hindered by my own actions. Honestly, back before I started college, it honestly felt like a me against the world type ordeal. And I was a very spiteful person. I was very angry, and I was there wasn't a lot that really fixed me emotionally, I suppose. Calmed me. There it is. And with that hatred that I felt from others, that became my motivation to say, I'm going to escape here. I'm going to do better. I'm going to make it. And then ever since I got to campus, got into this university, it's as if that hatred all dissipated. The hatred around me, that is. And it only left a very hurt person. Save the whole events of love and such. I would say go back and see the words I'd never say, but well, I accidentally deleted that channel. Whoops. But I'll give you a rundown of the other reasons that's really kind of knocked me on my butt. Because, like, as I've said, for the past 3 years or so, I felt as if I'd done nothing but let you guys down. And I dated back to my thought processes of how it goes with, I think I've mentioned this like once or twice before, but I'm someone who's a bit more than just a hopeless romantic. Love is quite an extreme driving force for me, as well as the hatred, and I honestly utilize that to find a balance and to find a drive. There's also heavy, forceful motivation that'll keep me going. And I feel like I'm only surrounded by people that's like, yeah, we care for you. You're gonna make it, dudes. We want you to succeed. And I constantly feel like I want you guys to be. I kind of hope that after my actions, say what, at 2014, that summer, I made a song called Encounter. That'll be covered in a different video, but if you guys could go look that one up, I think that would express things quite well of what occurred there. But the TLDR about that is, had a crush. Apparently this crush dragged on ever since I hit campus. I didn't know how to act or react, and I spent a good deal of my time kind of building up the courage, building up myself, and building up me as a person, just to have the strength to even say hey to this person, you know? And though I've gotten to that point, and I was actually able to start talking to her and stuff, what I never learned was social cues. And honestly, what I also never learned was outright understanding when someone wants you to just get the hell on, really. Back off. Leave. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested. Please go away. I didn't know that then. But one thing that I did know about that crush was I didn't stand any chance in hell with her. I knew that whether I told her when I first saw her or if I told her those many years later, 2 years later, that wouldn't have worked. Like, dude, not even being negative on my darn self. It was just written in the stars that I stood no chance in hell, you know? But I still wanted to try. And I think that became one of my overall goals leading up to me about to leave. Well, the events of 2014 happened to have been that moment. I did it. I asked him. Everything I worked up for, and you know, it happened. And it went exactly as I figured it'd go. I didn't think of anything different, anything special. It was just, alright, confess to the person. Tell them how you feel. See that they're going to be weirded the heck out. Understand fully. And give up. Like, you think I could keep persistence? No. I knew that was just not. It wasn't in any light a good idea. But I'm made of bad ideas, and I really wanted to do that. But after doing that, that was honestly, I think the last moment I actually felt any real motivation. You know, you ask that crush, that crush, like, no, you don't understand. This person you felt like was going to be just right. And you knew it was going to fail from the start. And for all of that to come true and fall into place in such a way, it really left me, it left me both satisfied and dissatisfied. Or was it unsatisfied? I don't think I have time to worry about English. English is not my best language. Let's just say it put me in kind of an even more empty state than what my last relationship did. And it left me, honestly, at that point of, I just need to focus on me. And every time I try to focus on me, I can literally see how my priorities have been shifted and sifted all across the board, and how the things that I desire and the things that are most important of my desires were that's all out of whack. And the things that I needed, the things that should have been first, to reference a song, they were honestly coming up fifth. And right now I've reached a point of, I really don't know what I want. Right now I really don't know what I want. I mean, a simple answer would be, I want some damn clarity. And I want to be happy. But there's more to it than that. And I know there is. I think right now I want to be able to do the things that I know I can do. Because I've gotten to where all these simple things, these things I know I can do, I've seen myself do it. I'll give up on it. I've gotten so depressed and so empty to where everything that I hold in such high value and high regard has gotten me like, I won't do it. These things that I'm passionate for, I won't do it these things that I so strongly believe in, I won't do it. Prayer at night, I won't do it. Speak to my parents, my grandparents, visit home, I won't do it. I just find myself wanting to sit here in absolute silence, in absolute isolation, and I make sure I do all of that in my own time. Because whenever it's anyone else's time or school time, I'm there. I may let myself down, but there's no way in hell I'm letting you guys down. But I can't find a reason to be motivated anymore. And I know that I really want to find motivation out of you guys, but I'm having a hard time even doing that much. So basically what I'm saying is, I think I've reached a point to where your boy is turning 23 and he's not too much sure what he's going to do with his life, and honestly it's parallel to what one of my friends was going through like not too long ago, but it makes sense. It makes sense that I understand at least the baseline of my situation. But what truly sucks is I'm not able to push myself towards the solution, even though I know the problem. And no matter what I do to try and push myself towards that solution, whether it be reminders, notes, having a little notebook that says, hey dudes, do your homework, I'll still just come back home and sit here wishing that I could go home. And by home, I mean back to Bessemer, really. I feel like overall I just want to go home. I've been here for 5 years. I just want to go home now. Go home, go to some lesser college, pay way less, and just struggle learning CS there or something. I just can't do this no more. I remember when I first started like YouTube and stuff, and how my opening was the spectators. I can't do this anymore. Like, I swear to you guys, I've reached my breaking point. In fact, I've exceeded my breaking point. Especially as an MIS major, you have to learn how to do that. But going past this breaking point and seeing what's beyond myself, I can achieve this. I can do this. But right now, not right now. And I need to change that. So, until then, I'm gonna do what I can to go back to my regular schedule. And I'm gonna have to work overtime, so if you see me with a couple of markings on myself or something, that's because I hit myself a couple of times to get into gear. Sometimes you gotta slap yourself awake. And honestly, if anyone's sat down for 30 minutes to hear me ramble about my damn self, realize I don't talk about myself much to others. So if you were willing to sit and understand this much, Thank you. Honestly, thank you. I'm gonna stop this recording soon. And I've told myself I'm going to do this assignment. I'm probably not going to do this assignment. Because honestly, I'm probably going to sit here and maybe in a few tears. And I'm just talk with Senkai for a bit. Spend all night doing that assignment. And with that, this is Deuce. And remember, you're all family here. And I wish you all a happy life. By all means, stay there. I know I do. Even though I don't feel nothing, I know I do.